So I wanted to make this video. This is my childhood DS Lite, and it finally gave up on me, and I wasn't sure what was going on. I thought maybe it was a bad battery. I changed out the battery already, and that wasn't the case. And it was responsive when the charging port was plugged in, so I knew it wasn't the charging fuse. So I want to show you the other part that's prone to fail on these. Um, this must have had some water damage, maybe from sitting near my window when it was like more humid, something like that. But because it wasn't a lot, it was just around this one component. It's kind of near the Game Boy slot, but you'll see there's a component that's here. You see F2. I'll just show you. There's two components like this that are identical on this board. So let me measure this. Completely dead. Oh, let me change my reading just to make sure we are in continuity mode. Completely dead. So this goes, let me check. If I put my probe here, I check, it goes to this terminal on the battery. So there's one of two things that we could do. We could simply remove the fuse and just bridge it. There's not really going to be a time when, I guess it's more to protect the battery than anything else. And it's really, since I'm not sending this to a customer or anything, this is just my own, I might go ahead and do that, especially since like adding heat over here, there's this big plastic piece for the battery connector, so I don't know if I want to mess with that. Just to show you, here's the identical fuse near the charging port. You get a connection through there because it's still good. So let me go back down here. Just want to double check, make sure I'm not crazy. Yeah, completely dead. Okay, so I'll take this board off, and then we'll see what we can do to avoid ruining this charging port. We'll be right back when I can get the board out of the shell. Okay, so I got the board out. I have some Captain tape. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some on, kind of wrapped around the battery connector, just so I don't have any issues there. I think instead of replacing the fuse and risking like melting something if I work around this area too much, I just want to bridge that connection. I'm not too worried about killing a battery, anything like that. Just because these batteries are so available, you can even get like higher capacity, things like that. So I'm just gonna mask it off. I don't want to melt this. Now I got to think about how I'm going to best. That's not masked off very well. I want to get that down there. Okay. I think what I might do. My iron's not on, but I just want to do a test fit to see. I might be able to kind of heat up both sides at once. Maybe this way would be better. If I use like a solder blob, maybe I could just pull it off like that. I'm going to put some Captain tape on the Game Boy connector as well, the Game Boy Advance connector. Just so if I accidentally touch it, I'm not melting part of it. So you can see that's covered there. So I'm going to turn my iron on, get it tinned with a big old solder blob, and we'll get that part out of there. Okay, let's see what we can do. 'Cause, Try my best not to touch anything else. I'm actually going to turn my iron up a bit. I'll go ahead and add some flux here too. I'll clean up after. Important part right now is just getting that part out. Try heating up the front side. This is where some hot tweezers would come in handy. No good. We're going to try something different. I think I will try hot air. But I just need to be really careful. Because I really don't want to melt this battery connector. So I'm going to be as quick as I can. So let's try that. I'm going to put some more flux on there. And I should have lowered the melting temperature by adding in the extra solder. Let's see, where is it? Here. And I really don't want to bump anything else off. So let me see if I can get a good angle on this. Here we go. There we go. You can see I melted the bottom part there. This part's all still fine. I may have even lifted that pad up a bit. But honestly, it's like it's not an easy spot to reach. I'm not going to remove the battery connector. Ooh, that's really hot. Let me turn my iron down. I mean, it's a thick pad. So I'm gonna get a piece of wire that we'll use to bridge that connection, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my piece of wire. I'm gonna add some more flux here, just kind of help hold it in place. I'm just gonna try to drop it in, oops, as carefully as I can. That's a little too long. Let me shorten it. I'm basically making something that's the same size as that component. And let's look now. Still a little too long. Just a little shorter. And this will really give something for the solar to bridge across. Okay. So as soon as I heat it up, it should kind of put itself in place. It just stuck to the iron. We're going to try something different. So here I've got a single strand wire instead of whatever that was. It's kind of bendy. It's really hard to get this in the right spot. I think if I can at least get one of them on. Okay. Let me position the other half. Let's see if I can hold it down. This spot is just like a massive heat sink. we go. It looks like we got a solid connection. Okay. I'm going to clean this off. We're going to trim it. I can take care of that first. This 1/2. Go. Okay, I'm going to clean this off and we'll be right back. Okay, well there's the part. I'm just drying it off with some lower heat. Obviously it's not super pretty, but again it's a really tight spot to get in there. So I'm going to put this all back together and we'll see what we got. I'll be right back when this is all assembled. Cool. I'll have to go through the setup again. All the buttons work. Cool. Thanks for watching.